Hi there, if you want to learn how to create sound effects, then you're in the right place. In this video, I want to answer a comment question I get, which is, does making YouTube videos get you paid work? And the quick answer, yes. But I think if you clicked on this video, you want to know a little bit more than that, so let's discuss. So just to give you an idea, over the past year, so within the last 12 months, I've had two big work opportunities. Well, what I consider big work opportunities. One has been with a company that does big AAA game audio projects, and the other has been another game company that's a relatively new company, and they're starting off with a small mobile game, and then they eventually want to expand out into larger open world fantasy type games. And when I reached out to say that I was interested in working with them, we ended up discussing a little bit, and I ended up being kind of the lead on the other audio side of things, so for sound effects and music. So I've had two kind of big opportunities there. They're still kind of ongoing, so I can't discuss too much. I've also signed NDAs with those, but those are two really big opportunities that have come my way as a result of me making YouTube videos, having an audience on YouTube, and just people knowing me and finding me on YouTube. Now, I think that when people are asking me, does making YouTube videos get you paid work? I think what they're really asking is, will it work for me, right? So you watching right now, if you start making YouTube videos, you're a sound designer and you're not currently making videos. If you start making videos today, is it going to get you paid work? So what I'd like to actually discuss is, I want to make a case why I think that yes, absolutely, it will get you paid work, but I also want to make a case or make some suggestions or reasons why it might not get you paid work and why you might not want to pursue that. So let's get into it. All right, so the reason why I think that creating videos, having an online presence, usually that's through making videos, is going to get you paid work is because it creates proof, visibility, and trust. There is a saying in business that you do business with people you know, like, and trust. And I think that applies as well to people that you work with, right? If you're going to find work at a company, or you're going to start a company with other people, or you're going to do some sort of joint venture where you're starting a game together, you're going to only do that, generally speaking, with people that you know, that you like, and that you trust. And so what is the best and fastest way to build that? I think that is through videos, right? As people watch and know you, through the videos that you share, through the videos that you post, they get to know about you. They get to know what you like. They get to like you as a personality, as a person, and they get to trust you because they can see your work. They can see how your work evolves. They can see the quality of your work over time, right? So all of these things move the person towards knowing, liking, and trusting you, which really helps to create those relationships and connections to you, the person who's looking for the job. Right. Next, I said visibility. What is the best way to make your work visible is by posting it online where people are. Post your work where people are looking. And right now that is online. That is on YouTube, the second largest search engine in the world. Right. And not only that, but whatever videos you post on YouTube, it also gets shown on YouTube search. So if anybody's ever searching for how to make certain sounds, they can find you there. Now, there is something to be said about, creating tutorials to help, maybe beginner sound designers or younger sound designers, and also videos to share and showcase your work or your portfolio, right? Those are two different things. They're going to have two different audiences. So you probably want to have to be considerate about where you're posting your videos. Maybe you want to put it on LinkedIn because you want it to have, you want your videos to be a professional portfolio, professional work where other professionals look and search and find you, right? So maybe that'll be a consideration. Maybe it won't strictly be on YouTube, but maybe on LinkedIn or on Instagram or some other platform where your audience is or where the people you want to connect with are. But in any case, making your work visible online is definitely the best way. That's where people are. Next thing, we said proof. And proof just works in the sense that the more that you share, the more that you show your work, showcase your work, or help other people, teach other people, the more that you're showing not only your consistency, but your knowledge, right? You're showing your knowledge, you're showing what you know, you're showing what you can do, you're showing the quality of your work. And that is proof towards who you are as a person, right? It's also like, think of it this way. If you are an employer and you're looking for sound designers to work with that you want to hire, how much of a risk is it to hire someone who you've never heard of, who you don't know the quality of the work except for their portfolio that perhaps they shared with you, and that's it. You don't know much about them compared to somebody who you've seen a lot of their video, you've seen their work over the years, you've seen the quality of the work they output, you know them and like them because you've seen them present on video, so you already feel like you have that connection with them. Like, who would you be most likely to hire? I think the answer is obvious, so do that. Create that element of proof in your work, in your sound design, by sharing your videos, by sharing your work. It's also a really efficient way to build out your portfolio, right? Rather than keeping your portfolio private where nobody sees it, nobody knows who you are, your portfolio becomes public and it becomes ever growing and ever expanding, right? As you create more work, as you create more sound effects, even if they're not sounds or work that you've done to get paid, even if it's just redesign that you've done on your own time, those can still count towards your portfolio and you can still share that online. All right, so personally, I think that YouTube is the fastest way to do all these things. It's the fastest way to build likability, trust, to show proof, and to get visibility in front of a large number of people so that they get to know you. Now, if you can find another way to do that, great. That's just the way that I've done it. I know that's the way that some other people have done it. I know some people have done it on LinkedIn. Some people have done it on Instagram. There's obviously a lot of different platforms to do it. So pick a platform, one that kind of makes sense for you, and do that. Now, I've kind of anticipated some pushback against some of these ideas that I just put out. So let me go through some of these with you here. Hi there, just a quick break from the video. As you probably noticed, most of my videos don't have any sponsors. So if you would like to support me and my work, I have created thousands of sound effects, a lot of different sound libraries, and you can check them out at my website, everything from weapon sounds to UI sounds and everything in between. So if you would like to purchase that, that helps to support me directly here on the channel to make more videos like this for you, but also helps to support me to create and produce more sound libraries in the future as well. So if you're interested, I'll have links in the description below. Now let's get back to the video. One is that this takes a lot of time. And while that may be true, especially when you're starting out, yes, it will take time because it's something new, something you're not used to. So it will take time to make videos, to post them online, and to make something that's quality. But over time, it gets easier and you can do it quicker. Now, another thing that I suggest doing is when you're starting out or you're just going to start sharing your work or your portfolio online, keep it super, super simple. There's this acronym that's out that a lot of people use, which is KISS, so KISS. I like to use the acronym Keep It Super Simple. And that just means like if you're going to share a work or you're going to share something online, keep it really, really short, like shorter than 5 seconds. Just keep it to one sound effect and that's it. When you're starting out, don't do a whole redesign of a whole minute of gameplay or 2 minutes of different games and stuff like that. Keep it short. 3 to 5 seconds, one sound, you've redesigned and you're sharing that online. And that's it, right? So give yourself the ability to have quick wins so that you can get quick feedback loops and get better and better really fast. Once you start doing that, then it's time to maybe expand a little bit, make it a bit longer, add more detail, add some background stuff, add Foley sounds, right? But when you're starting out, super short, one sound, super simple. And just a quick tip here, if you want to make sure that your stuff gets seen or viewed or shared, is make it valuable. Valuable doesn't mean that it's really good and it's the best sound that anybody's ever heard before. Valuable just means that somebody could derive value from it, right? That can be as simple as showing your DAW session so that people can see what kind of layers you use in the sound that you made. Maybe just seeing that can spark some interest, can spark some creativity, some ideas for other people who are designing similar sounds. It could also be, sharing a plugin that you use that perhaps other people have never seen of or heard of before, right? So don't always think of value being as being the best thing ever. It could be in the little details. All right, the next kind of misconception or pushback that I think some people watching here might have is that that you're not that good. You might say to yourself, I'm just not that good right now, so now's not the time to post because I don't want people to know kind of the level I'm at, and I don't want people to see. And what I would say is actually now's the exact time when you want people when you want to post, and because nobody will see. The reality is when you're starting off online, nobody's going to find you. Nobody's going to see you. Maybe the few friends that you have will see stuff on your portfolio, but most likely it's not people that you know. It's not people that you want to work with or you want to get hired by. So now's the time to post it so that people can see where you're starting from, even if it's really bad, to how you're going to progress as you get better and better. So the next pushback might be something like, you're not very good on camera or you're not very techie or whatever like that. And I think that if you're not good on camera, don't let that be a roadblock. Start without showing your face. Just do like screen capture and share that. I think eventually you will want to show your face in some capacity, even if it's for a little bit at the beginning or at the end, just to say thanks for watching or something like that, just so people can make that connection with you. They can make that face to name association, and they can see who you are and what you do, right? So showing your face is super powerful. I know a lot of people look it over and just don't do that. I think that's a mistake. I think eventually you do want to do that. So like I said, if it's a roadblock right now, don't do it. Don't start right now. That's fine. Start with just screen capture, screen sharing, whatever it is that you're working on. But eventually start showing your face, even if it's just to say thank you at the end of the video. All right, like I said at the beginning of the video, I think there are some instances and some cases where you know what, posting videos online might not be for you and might not be a good use of your time. So let's go through some of these so that you can identify them and maybe steer away from these if it is you. So number one is that you are not in it for the long haul. So starting off online and posting online is a very much a long-term game. I would think out, 5 to 10 years out in advance. And if you're not ready to commit to that, if you're not ready to be consistent for that, then perhaps it's not a good thing to do, not something that you would want to consider. The next thing is another reason why you might not want to post online is your strategy, right? So what is your strategy for getting paid work? So it's no secret that in the world of video game and game sound design, and for sound designers, that the people that you know, the relationships that you have are very powerful, right? So one way to do that, like as I've talked about in this video, is to post online, post videos. Another way you could do that is in person. If you're doing stuff like game jams, even if they're in person or online, that's a great way to make connections and meet people and make friends and get those jobs, right? So if you're already doing that and that's going to take up a lot of your time, maybe you don't want to put the time towards making videos, but that doesn't matter because you already have that strategy to make those connections and get that work that way. Right? It might be meetups as well in your area. It might be maybe you have a strategy where you are meeting people on LinkedIn or people on Airwiggles, right? So there's different ways that you can make those connections, meet people, and get work that might not be necessarily through video. Now, I still think video is the most powerful way to do it, but it's not the only way to do it. So if you have another strategy that you're using to get work and making videos would take you away from that strategy that you know either already works or that you really want to focus on, then yeah, don't do the videos. It's probably not a good thing. Focus on the strategy you already have to get the work and do that. All right, so if you're not posting anything online already, here's your next step. Just commit to one thing. Right? Commit to something you can keep and you can hold on to and you can follow through on. So maybe that is one really short video, 5 to 10 second video weekly. Maybe it's bi-weekly, maybe it's monthly. Whatever that is for you, do something that you can consistently uphold for, let's say, the next year or so. Right? Once you do that, I think you'll be surprised at the results you can get, the connections you can make, and the friends that you can have and conversations you can have with other people over the internet about your work and about just sound design in general. So I think that's going to be my challenge to you. If you're not already doing that, do that. Pick one thing, commit, and do it for the next 12 months. All right. If you have any questions about this, let me know down below. I know this is kind of a quick topic video, and we can talk about and discuss a lot more things in depth about this topic. So if there's other topics or things that you want to discuss, let me know down below. I might even make a follow-up video for this. And if you are in search of sound effects for your games, for your redesigns, check out my Everything subscription bundle, and you can get all the sound effects you need. I'll have a link in the description below. All right, so that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see another video about skills to master as a beginner sound designer, I'll have it on screen here, and I'll see you in the next video.